Welcome one and all to this e-lecture conducted by JJ College of Arts and Science, Pudukottai. I like to thank the management principal of JJ College of Arts and Science to provide this opportunity to me. I also like to thank the head Department of Information Technology, Dr. R. Manimaran sir, suggest me to provide this e-lecture. I am U. Karthikeyan, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, JJ College of Arts and Science. Today we see the topic about PHP programming. Before entering into the topic, nowadays web development is a rapid field and essential field to all the sectors in the world. Early websites are to provide only the information about the concerned sector or domain. But nowadays it is a vast area to provide all type of services to the people. In web development, PHP is one of the main server-side scripting language used to simplify the development of large web services. Okay, let me know more about PHP. What is PHP? Basically, PHP starts with the term personal homepage, but actually PHP stands for hypertext preprocessor. Okay, we divide this term to two. One is hypertext, the second is preprocessor. Hypertext means it is a text which contains links to the other informations like graphics, video, sound, etc. Preprocessor means it is a program that processing the input data to produce output. That output is used as an input to another program because PHP libraries are already compiled and processed. When any person requests any PHP page in browser address bar, that request first go to the server, then server interpret PHP files and return back response in the form of HTML. Then PHP is widely used because more than 81% of websites now using PHP. Why means it's free and open source. Open source means the software along with the original source code available for download, so we may easily redistribute and modify those codes. Okay, let me see more about PHP. As I earlier said, PHP code are executed on the server and the result is returned to the browser as plain text. All the PHP files are stored in the extension of .php and the PHP files may contain HTML, CSS and JavaScript code. Okay, next, what can PHP do? PHP is used to generate dynamic web pages. It is easy to interact with the databases and it provides privileges like security mechanisms to the users. PHP easy to working with file operations and cryptography mechanisms like encryption and decryption. PHP is a platform independent, so it runs all the operating systems. It is compatible with all the web servers like Apache, IIS, Tomcat, etc. When we run the PHP code, we need the server in Windows. We need WAMP or XAMPP. In Linux environment, we need LAMP. WAMP means the combination of Windows, Apache server, MySQL database and PHP. Likewise, XAMPP in the X means XML parser. In Linux, LAMP, L means Linux. Okay, we move to the PHP coding side. This is the basic syntax of PHP code. PHP code is similar to programming language syntaxes like C. Every PHP script begins with a symbol less than operator with question mark and PHP ends with question mark symbol and greater than symbol. All the PHP scripts are saved in the default file extension .php. We write the PHP script in several text editors like Notepad, Notepad++, Dreamweaver, etc. Okay, Let me move to the next slide. Comments in PHP. As like C programming language, PHP scripts also supports comments. There are two types of comments, single line command and multi-line command. In single line command, double backslashes or hash symbol is used. In multi-line commands, as like C language, starts with slash asterisk symbol and ends with asterisk slash symbol. As information, we use multi-line commands in a single line commands also. Next slide, we see about PHP variables. As short, variable is the name given to the value. As like PHP is also support variables. Here some of the rules of PHP variables. PHP variables starts with a dollar symbol and it begins with a letter or underscore characters. No numbers. The variable names contains alphanumeric characters only and underscores also. The variable should not contain white spaces. And in PHP, variables are the case sensitive, like $y and $Y are the two different variables. Okay, let me move to the next slide. Creating and declaring PHP variables. In PHP, there is no format for declaring a variable. If you are giving or assigning the value to the variable in the form of creating a variable, like in the example, $txt is equal to double quotation of hello world. Like $txt is a string variable. There is no need to assign the data type. Likewise, $x equal to 5, $x is a integer variable. Okay, we move to the next slide. Then only the PHP is a loosely typed language. There is no declaration of data types here. PHP automatically converts the variable value as a data type. In strongly typed programming languages, we need to assign the data type, like int a, string txt. Likewise, in PHP, we need not declare a data type. Just assign the value to the variable to declaring a variable. Here there are several variable scopes in PHP. Here 4 different variable scopes are there. Number 1 is a local, global, static and parameter. Okay, we can discuss in detail. Local scope. A variable that are declared within a function are called local variables. These local variables have their scope only in that particular functions. This means these variables cannot accessed outside the functions as they have local scope. A variable declaration outside the function with the same name is completely different from the variable declared in the inside the function in local scope. Let's move to the global scope. A variable that defined in outside the function in any function is called global scope. These variables can be accessed anywhere in the program. To access the global variable within a function, use global keyword before the variable. However, these variables can be directly accessed or used outside the function without any keyword. This is the example for global scope. We are using global keyword here for declaring or accessing the global scope. Next, static scope. In static scope, to delete the variable once it completes its execution and memory is free. Sometimes we need to store a variable even after completion of the function execution. Therefore, we use static scope. Static is a keyword before the variable to define the variable, and this variable is called static variable. Static variables only exist in the local function, but it does not free its memory after the program execution leaves the scope. Next, we see the parameter scope. Using variables within a function parameters, it's called parameter scope. Here we declare a function name $x. This $x is defined as a parameter scope. Okay, we move to the next slide. PHP echo and print statements. These are all the two basic ways to get or print output in PHP. There is some differences in echo and print. Print only output only one string. It returns 1 always. But echo, we print or get output 1 or more strings. Echo is mostly used in a PHP command. It is faster compared with the print statement. And echo does not return any value. Here we declare some example about echo. PHP arrays. To store one or more similar type of variables and values in a single value or name is called an array. Array of is a keyword to declare the arrays in PHP. Let we see more about arrays. In PHP, array of is a function is used to create an array. Here we example $cars equal to array of some values Volvo, BMW, Toyota. This is the declaration of arrays in PHP. There are three types of arrays in PHP. Number one, indexed array or numeric array. Second one is associative array. Third one is a multi-dimensional arrays. Indexed arrays. These arrays can store numbers, strings and any objects, but their index will be represented by numbers. By default, array index start with 0. Associative array. The associative arrays are very similar to numeric arrays in terms of functionality, but they are different in terms of their index. Associative array will have their index as string, like Peter, Ben, Joy. So that you can establish a strong association between key and values. Next, this is the example of associative array. Instead of numeric values, numeric index values, we declare string as a index value. Next, multidimensional array. A multidimensional array, each element in a main array can also be an array. For example, array of array. And each element in the subarray can be an array, and so on. Values in the multidimensional array are accessed using multiple indexes. Next, we move to the for each loop. The decision making statements and control statements are same as in a programming languages like C, in PHP also. Here the major difference of decision making is for each loop. It works only on arrays. So only we declare here for each loop. For each loops only works in a arrays. It's used to loop through each key values. The syntax of for each loop is given below. For each, the array as value. The loop iteration and the value of the array elements is assigned to $value. The array pointer is used to move one by one. That is called loop iteration. Here we give the example for arrays for each loop. PHP functions. A function is a block of statements that can be used repeatedly in a program. The function will not execute automatically when the page loads, and the function will execute by call to the function name. Here we give a syntax for function. In every function, user defined function, the declaration must start with the word function. The function name must start with a letter or underscore. Function names are not case sensitive. Information can be passed to functions through arguments. An argument is just like a variable. Arguments are specified after the function name inside the parenthesis. You can add as many as arguments as you want, just separated with a comma. That's all, folks. This is the basic idea about PHP and PHP scripts. Thanks you one and all to spend your beautiful time with me. Once again, thank you all. Bye.